This is the Heathkit SS9000 that I bought as a basket case and have been restoring. And as you probably know, the fluorescent display tube made by Futaba was broken, so I had to do something. I could not obtain the tube. I tried all over. I even put a Craigslisting on the Tokyo Craigslist, and I didn't get any replies. So there may be one out. There may be a tube out there somewhere, but I sure couldn't find it. Anyway, I decided to make up an LED display and mount it in there. It's been a tremendous job, a lot of work, but this is the result. I have got it finished and it's working just great. This is the third generation of this project. The first one, the LEDs were very, very dim. They were very old. And when I put them in there, I made up a circuit board and put them in there. They did not work. You couldn't even see them hardly. So these are so much better. The second generation board is right over here. This is the one that I had in there. These are 1/2-inch digits, but they would only allow 5 digits. There wasn't room for a 6th digit on each side. And also you can see the wiring. The very large wires here that had to be taken out and put onto the circuit board, and I had trouble finding room to get all that in there. I did get it in there and it worked, and I used it for a few weeks and it did okay, but then I had to interpolate in between on the dial because I didn't have that last digit. So this is the latest one here. It's sandwiched in there. You can see there's a piece of perf board here towards the front. That's it. That's it. And that perf board is 7.5 inches long, and as I recall, 1.25 inches wide. The digit selector for the digits are fed from the old grid wires on the original front panel board, the grid wires that went to the original fluorescent tube, and these go to a 1000 ohm resistor, which goes to the common anode on the digits. And the segments for the digits and the decimal point are fed with little transistor switches, just a 2N2222 transistor. The emitter goes to ground. The base goes to a 15,000 ohm resistor, which goes to the grid line that you're triggering. That selects the digit, and the collector then of that transistor goes to the segments that you want to trigger. And there's 7 segments and the decimal point, so that means you've got 8 2N2222 switches in there. These are the digits I'm using now. Got these little guys on eBay. They are 3 digits in one, and they're already wired internally for multiplexing or scanning. This is the type of setup you have in the SS9000. It is a multiplex display or scanning display. So this made things quite a bit simpler. On the perf board, I just put 2 of these side by side. I jumpered all of the same segments together. All the top segments being segment A, for example, all the segment A top segments went together, all those pins, and so on, so that they were all wired in parallel. And then they were wired over to the little segment driver transistors, the 2N2222s. And then there's 3 connections on each one of these for a digit 1, 2, or 3. And they were all wired directly then to the original grid wires. The SS9000 here has got the original driver chips in it for the fluorescent display, and these are driving the LED display. And let's see, there's that 1000 ohm resistor. That's the only thing that limits the current in there. There's a 1000 ohm resistor on that line from the grid wires to each separate digit to limit the current, which limits the current to about 10 mils, so we don't take too much from those little driver chips, the original driver chips, which were not made to drive LEDs. So that's the deal there. These digits that I got, they came from Hong Kong, and I got them on eBay. And here's the thing that they had on eBay on the digits, and it's got a diagram there that shows you just how they're hooked up and internally and all, and boy did they work nice, and they were cheap. So I have been very, very happy with the things I've been getting from Hong Kong on eBay and from the other Chinese suppliers too. I bought resistors, I bought transistors and digits, and they get here in about a week. They say on there that it takes up to 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. But if you buy these little bitty parts, they send them by airmail and they get here right away. So that's the deal. So I'm very, very happy with the SS9000. I really enjoy operating with it on the air. I've got many good reports. So that's it. I just wanted to add this last final segment here about how nice it's working and about the new LED display with 6 digits on each side. That's it. 73s, guys, and good DX.